More people are talking about this. I've talked about it maybe a couple of times on the main channel, maybe even once or twice on this one. I can't remember. There's so many videos that nobody watch. But whatever. I want to talk about the importance of a good father in a kid's life, because not many people experience it. Now, more people now than ever experience growing up without a strong father figure in their life, and there is no better predictor of a kid's success than having a successful two-parent household, okay? You don't have that. Your mother can strive as hard as she wants, but you're going to be fighting an uphill battle for success. Sorry, them be the breaks. So, I want to highlight the good fathers that are out there. It is all too common nowadays to hear people speaking down about their fathers and fatherhood in general. If you turn on the TV or listen to the radio, it won't take that long to hear somebody denigrating a father. Just watch your regular run-of-the-mill commercial. Who's always the nincompoop in every single scenario? Who's the guy who always needs the help? Who's the guy who's blowing up the backyard? Okay, oh, look at that. Dad's just such an idiot. He can't even work a barbecue. Oh, it looks like we're going to have to call fast food or something like that. We're going to have to order takeout. Or, oh, who's the lazy idiot who, just won't ever raise a finger and he's just going to sit around in his recliner drinking his beer all the time. Oh, he's that idiot. It was kind of like that, okay? And it's been like that for a very, very, very long time. This is not a recent phenomenon, okay? And they're saying, oh, it's just all too common nowadays. I would say for about the past 20 years or so, but another topic for another time. Okay, you can kind of chart the respect that you see for fathers out there alongside the lines of when The Simpsons used to be very good, and you guys are probably going to know where I'm going on this one, but Homer Simpson, not exactly the brightest man, not exactly the smartest man, okay, but you know what? In the early days, for about the first 8, 9, 10 seasons, I'd even go that far. That's about when I started to check out. I still have all the DVDs and I still have all of the stuff. I'm a big Simpsons fan, mostly like a lot of people were at the time. It was very good, and you know what? Hey, Homer Simpson was a big portion of why the show was great. Okay. Yeah, he was an idiot. Okay. Yeah, he continued to be a buffoon and bumbled around, but he always had one thing that made him so likable. Everything that he was doing was in service of his family. You could never question anything that he was doing was specifically about him. Okay. It was always in service to his family. Okay. One of the landmark episodes, at least the one that immediately comes to mind, is when he quits the job at the nuclear power facility. Okay. Springfield power plant, okay, and then he goes and gets his dream job working at the bowling alley, right? And then this was just as Marge was becoming pregnant with Maggie, and instead of just trying to enrich his own life, he realized that the money at the bowling alley isn't going to quite cut it for 3 kids, okay? And that he has to go through the supplicant door. He has to go through on his hands and knees in order to, get his job back at the power plant. And it was tough on him, and he gets to the plaque that goes up on the wall that says, "Remember, you're going to be here forever." And then he, puts up all the different baby pictures and everything that's going to say, "Remember, you're doing it for her." And it's very touching. And you always knew, at least for those first few seasons, which is just, it's incredible to think that show's as old as I am, but for the first third of its run, it was essentially, if you break it down for everything, it was about a father trying to do the best thing for his family. But now, it's just the dumbest man alive bumbles his way through different celebrity appearances. And you can chart the respect for families, okay, and the respect for the father figure, and it probably, peaks at around 2000, 2001, and then it just immediately starts to get chipped away by the progressive nonsense that's out there in the media. That's my take on it. But anyways, the father can push their child to learn new things. One of the most overlooked contributions that a man can make to a child's life is knowledge. This will only occur when the father is not aware of it. This will occur, whether the father is aware of it or not. Children are observational by nature and will learn strictly by watching you, even when you are unaware. A great father is going to do this to his advantage and model the kind of behavior that they hope to see out of their child. Music lessons are just one example of the many great things that you could teach your child. Yeah, exactly. I learned a lot of things by watching my father do things, okay? Understand what it meant to be a man, okay? The certain skills that men acquire in order to be successful in life, okay? Like, I have a fundamental working knowledge of a lot of different things. I can fix a bunch of different things. If it gets too high level, that's kind of where my knowledge taps out. But I learned how to work on a car, okay? At least to a certain degree, okay? Basic construction habits, okay? Love and an understanding of sports. I got that all from my father, whether he was aware that he was teaching those habits or not, and a lot of other things, but that's just immediately what comes to mind. The role of the father in the learning process. Parents in general play two roles in the learning process. They are able to guide their children to different types of resources and materials that they need to show and learn things that they're interested in. Parents also able to show the children new things they learn directly or through their behavior. Both of these are incredibly powerful and can be harnessed to help benefit your children. Fair enough. The best way the father can enhance their children's learning is by supporting their passion and encouraging them. No matter what path your kid takes, they're going to encounter obstacles and challenges. Your child is going to shape their own path and determined by the how they respond to these setbacks. A good father will equip their kids with the knowledge to respond appropriately in these situations. Yep. No, definitely when it came to sports, my father was not a passive participant in my sporting endeavors. That's kind of the most pretentious way that I could say it, but whenever I joined a sports team, he was always there. Okay, he always had first aid and that kind of stuff due to his work and all that stuff, but he would always try to help out however he could. He would be the trainer for the football team. Okay, he was the head coach of my baseball team. He was always central to furthering that, and probably the reason I stayed in football for as long as I did. And then, yeah, an injury. And the fact of the matter is the path that I would have had to travel down to continue to be a part of football would have led to just a very unhealthy, very detrimental life. And I'm glad that I just kind of peeled off before that became a problem. But he was always there, and he was always very, very encouraging. No parent likes to see their children upset or hurt, and that's why it's so easy to do the wrong thing when you see your child frustrated or upset by difficult circumstances. Make sure that they know how to respond appropriately by learning how to handle it before it becomes a problem. You know, that's something probably growing up that I'd have to dock my father marks for. An Irish guy with just a terrible temper, but working with him, okay, after high school, okay, muddling around before I went back to college to get my personal training degree. Just seeing his problem solving in action at the workplace. I was by no means a child at that point, but really just navigating the workplace, picking up those little habits, okay, just figuring out, using your own intuition, your own understanding of the job, even more so than anybody else who might be theoretically in charge of the work site at the time, and knowing how to not really politic, but negotiate the situation in order for it to work out the best for everybody involved. Yeah, that's the type of stuff that's out there that is a big, big win, okay? If you run into a situation that's tough, learning those little strategies from people who have been there, experienced it, and know how to navigate the situation, passing on those traits and those techniques are invaluable. Start by building the right habits early. Absolutely do not punish them for failure. Oh, I've got stories on that one, and kind of just, it trails into the whole Irish guy, bad temper, but whatever. You learn from that. Don't fail. Or at least, don't make it too terribly public. Anyways, it can be challenging to decide exactly what you're going to teach another person. It can be especially difficult if you do so for children. There is no need to overcomplicate things. Simply spending quality time with them can teach a ton on its own. Exactly what I was saying. Okay, they maybe weren't direct teaching opportunities, but if you're smart enough, you can kind of pick up the signals of the development along the way. Say that. And yeah, teach your demonstration exactly what they're saying there. And never teach what you do not do yourself. Exactly. That whole do what I say, not what I do. That's not what a successful parent, that's not what a good parent does. Okay, that could be a joke from time to time, but if you're a good person, you're a good father, it will shine through to the quality of your parents, or to the quality of your children. The quality of the parenting will reflect in the quality of the child. You see it every single day. You can just walk through a grocery store and you will see well-behaved children right next to just absolute monsters that are there, and you will know that whether or not their father has succeeded. It's an easy experiment to do, and I'm incredibly happy for my upbringing, and couldn't be more satisfied with my father. That's 100% true. He would definitely be getting the high rankings on those the review cards at the end of it. But with that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. Why don't you follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.